Hey guys, it's this time of the week again, a bit delayed this time. I'm allowed to have a weekend for myself, no after COVID, thanks very much. So, we're gonna have a quick look on BTC, and I don't even need to check the vote, to be fair. Every time the Luna is involved in the poll and the QIC community, it's just the one that needs to be analyzed. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at Luna as well. We're gonna have a different variations on BTC, some changes that have happened in the short term, some alternatives. You know the drill. I'll try to be quick. And just as a reminder, the Discord channel is prepared, guys. You've been asking for it and you've got it. There is different packages. Access is, of course, there is a free version and a non-free version. Everybody can join the free version. The link is in the caption, so feel free to join. There is some older posts there for you and some gifted posts, let's say sometimes. So I'm looking forward to grow this community. So that's all. Let's jump to the charts and let's see what we can expect going forward. Starting off with the daily, guys. W, X, and Y in primary wave 4. W, X, and Y in wave B, which means the move to the upside for the main scenario is at least done, since we also move impulsively here. And what pretty much we are waiting for now is that another 5-wave leg to the downside. So far we've done 1 and 2. It looks like we're in the third. We're gonna get 4th and then the 5th, right? So how far low we go and whether we can actually break this channel straight on the first chance, that's gonna be something that we're gonna find out soon. Usually this channel doesn't break as easily. You might ask then, why do I have this channel like this? I will explain. It's got to do with the main count. This is W, X, and Y, right? Our wave X is a triangle, okay? So we need to connect for base channels the beginning of a wave and the correction of the wave. So the correction ends here since we have a triangle. That's why we are seeing this potential bounce here. And we might actually see a bounce, to be fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 might be in. We might stay here for wave 4, and then we might do the break for wave 1. Okay. Now, I want to show you a variation of the main over here. Let me add this quickly in the main so we don't lose it. There we go. The variation for the main, I mean, it doesn't really change much in what's happening here, but it changes a little bit over here, okay? And it changes where the channel is, which means in the short term, we might be facing further downside without any sort of support. That brings X wave down here. There is no triangle in X, but there is a triangle in wave B of this ABC move to the upside, okay? Which again seems to suggest that we are done here, since, you know, the connection of this base channel and all the way to the top brought us to the top pretty much. You all know that I was expecting another leg up. We didn't get it, but what can we do? We cannot always get everything we want. Now let me just fix this quickly. I think on the copy and paste that probably moved a little bit. There we go. We did the 50 Fibo, guys, which means we are in the long term, okay, medium term, I would say, medium to long slash, yeah, we are bearish. Now, alternative number 1. Primary wave 5 ended here. This is a correction as an ABC. The B is the same thing over here. We're going to talk about these different structures in a minute because I have to show you an alternative as well over here. Actually, I might as well just do it now. This is an ABC, right? So we said that this is a W, X, and Y, but actually, let me delete this. Maybe I should just do it on the alternative 4. Fine. I will show you quickly, guys, actually without an alternative. If this is going to be a wave B, let's not forget that that might also be a triple zigzag here. Okay, they're not too often seen, but it's very possible. So in case we see a bounce down here, which is very likely to be the case, to be fair, okay, we need to see how much we're going to correct to the upside, because if it's going to be a full reversal here, we're going to go for triple zigzag. If we stop at the median line, 50%, 61%, whatever, let's see if we can have a low first here, then we can continue lower down, which means, well, that's not the case any longer. I just wanted to show you this just so that you remember that as well. Okay, the ABC is the 1 and the 2. The alternative number 2 would be that instead of continuation to the downside, guys, we're going to see a move to the upside, and that's going to be the running flat we've been talking about. And you might ask, why have we changed from that as main? The idea is that this is not a clear 5-way structure. For me, it looks like more of an ABC, and that's why I have it as a W, X, and Y as well. But in either case, a flat here is possible. Okay, so you got ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, very likely to be the running flat variation. Expanded would be highly unlikely, given that we have already done some 85 correction over here in wave A. So that's the alternative. Yeah, the third alternative, it is a case where we're going to move higher. Our wave 4 is finished here as a running flat, but instead of having a 5-wave leg start in this wave 1, which makes more sense, as I said, as an ABC, it's way more possible than as a 5-wave move, this wave. This is going to be a leading diagonal. Okay, we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, but equally, let's not forget that if it's going to be a leading diagonal in 1, it might as well just be A, B, and C, which means we're still valid for the main scenario. Okay, over here, we can still be here on A. We might get A, B, and C, and then continue down. Okay, just to make this parenthesis. And finally, the triangle alternative, which I never liked for various reasons. First of all, the volumes that we get here, maybe they're not really belonging to a fourth. The main issue is that this is a 5-wave move to the downside for me. Okay, so I'm looking at this as a 5-wave leg, as an A, B, and a C over here with a truncation, which just doesn't really make much sense, because this is a clear 5-wave structure, guys. But it's been requested, so there you've got it. This is can be a triangle. If it's going to be a triangle, that's going to be a complex wave D. Okay, there is no other solution for me. Obviously, in wave W, you know, you can assume any of the variations that we talked about, right? It's not important. What is important is where we're heading. So that's on all of them, the counts. And let's quickly look at the short term. I've made the change, guys, recently that we finished up here. And the idea here is, you know, that we do have this triangle here in X, and you've got an ABC all the way up. It doesn't really make much sense, but on the downside now we're impulsive. Okay, you've got wave 1 and wave 2, and you've got internally another structure. You've got the 3, you've got the 4, and it looks like we're going for an extended fifth. It's very important, as you well know, to measure where is 1, where is 2, and everything. Look, the assumed wave 3 here is just a bit over 100%. Okay, so maybe our third is not here. Okay, and maybe this is going to be, this is just a short-term variation. Maybe this is going to be like wave 1 and 2, and we're going to get 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to get an extended third down. Actually, 41, it could be a case. What I am looking though is the volumes, the impulsiveness of this move to the downside. Okay, you see that we've got the first, we've got the third of the third, and you've got divergence coming in here in both of my indicators. I'm using the impulse oscillator, by the way, and the Elliott wave oscillator here, guys. Okay, very nice tools for Elliott wave specifically. That's why I've got this count, and we're impulsive to the downside, and we're gonna remain impulsive as long as we're below 44.25 and an extended fifth. So for an extended fifth, guys, we need to know and remember that our third cannot be the shortest. How would that be possible? We can only go to 39.60 for wave 5. And to me, it looks like the perfect move. Because you got 1 and 2. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is coming in. Then we're going to get 4 and then 5. Okay, so maybe we're going to save it here, and the third is not going to be the shortest. Now, as you well know, and I showed you earlier as well, since we're connecting the base channel with X because that's the main, we're meeting support here. Okay, and we do see some sort of divergence here as well on both the indicators, but this is a bit extended, which is why I'm expecting one more leg down. So shortly a correction is due. Okay, this is actually what I think. It's not necessary that a correction is going to be in, but this is my count. That would be then wave 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and that's going to be the minute degree. Okay, that of course sees a lower low, a double bottom, perhaps down to 29 or lower. We're going to see when wave 1 is in. So that's all on the BTC with its alternatives and its variations. We're going to jump on Luna now, guys, and we're going to start of course with the main in the longer term, and then look at the alternative, and then look at the short term as well. Now, some of you may not like this count, but well, that's what it is. Since it's here, actually, I'm just looking at this now. I can, also just do the one. I will do the 1, 3, and perhaps we can also do the 4 here. This is one of the channels we can draw. Another channel we can draw is we go to 1 and 3, and we'll go to 2. And you get pretty much the same line over here, which is amazing. The other idea would be to go all the way down to 0. It's just that we cannot really see the 0 here in this particular chart. So, one would be we go from 2 to 4 as well, which might give us a high, or well, look at this now. It's exactly where we stopped. We can use the 1, the 3, or whatever. Well, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5, guys. Okay, the closest alternative, as you well know, our wave 5 is not done. This is going to be only 1, and then we're going to get 2, and then we're going to see 3, 4, and 5 to end this 5th wave. The assumption now, because 5 waves are done, is that wave 5 is done. We also see signals on the daily here, divergence in both cases. Okay, this is the 3rd, this is the 4th, this is the 5th. This is the perfect, ideal scenario, guys. So it's why it's the main. We are meeting some sort of resistance support here. It's at the, I wouldn't say double 4, it's a bit lower than that. So it looks like our 5th wave is done, because we are done here, right? So as I said before, either 1 and 2 and we'll go up, or that's it, we'll go down for ABC, which I repeat is the main scenario. And let's see how much lower we can go. 38 is at 81, the 50 is at 72. As long as we are above the 50, we remain biased up. Below 50, we remain biased down, and that's for the longer term, of course. Now, if we lose this channel, the next level down is at around 65. For now, it looks like it's holding. Okay, so there is nothing else to add here. I'm just going to pull these parallel channels over here just to have it as a reference for the next time. And we're going to look at the alternative. The alternative, guys, it doesn't really change much in the short and medium term direction, but it's a different count, and it assumes that we're going to get a 5 wave left to the downside, and that's going to be it. Whereas in the other case, we're assuming that we're getting an ABC instead, ABC. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why? Well, supposedly the wave 3 is done. This is an ABC. This is a W, X, and Y in wave B of a flat, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the previous low can be expected. It's also going to be potentially double 4. Yes, did I just call a level close to 40? I just did, yes. And 43, 40, the previous low here. It's all gonna, of course, depend in the, we need to look at how this plays out. But the main hints at further downside, and the alternative hints at further downside as well. Okay, so that's important to remember. And the short term, guys. The short term, I mean, there is not much more to see here, to be fair. It's just that looking at how this is, you know, sliding lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is done. That looks like 1 and 2 to me. Okay. And since we are looking at, that's the third of the first, you know, we're looking at extended impulsiveness down here. That's very likely an extended third, which is a case where this is probably 1 and 2. This is 3 and 4, and then we're going to get 5. So I am personally, because this is a nice structure and easily projected as well, it looks like we're going to go down to 84 wave 3. Okay, that's what it looks like to me. The 161 extension, maybe even it was going to extend to 74, who knows? But these impulsiveness, this North is looking quite good. You know, you've got this divergence here as well on the bearish side. So, you know, we cannot really say that we look anything like bullish. So let's just print this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 just for the record, and that's going to be the one. And what else we can do as well, guys, is draw again a channel over here. We're gonna go from 2 to 1. My 1 is done, my 2 is done, my 3 extended false break. So me thinks that we're gonna get something like this now. Done, and further down, and then up and then down. Okay, this channel is your guide. Use it wisely. What else is important to mention here? And can it be a different short-term structure? Well, the different short-term structure could be a case where this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So our wave 1 would be here with an extended fifth instead of the third. Okay, an extended fifth. But I'm going with the impulsiveness. Okay, and that's why you get what you get. That's the third for me. That's the fourth and the fifth. Look at this. Okay, and then the first again, you know, correction. And then you got the first, the second, the third again. We expect the fourth and the fifth. Okay. And is this the main? That is the short term. Okay, fine. Close. Put this in here in the short term as well. Okay, and the main. Close this. Let's not forget that, you know, these levels around 81 and the fact that we have just met support at base channel. That's gonna be all for these weeks. I think I'm gonna return back to Saturday or so from this week coming forward. So hope you enjoyed. Leave your comments and don't forget, Discord is waiting for you.